3, 2, 1. Welcome to Chilver Artístico. We are here in Casa Raro, and Casa Raro is basically an artist residency in El Born, in Barcelona. And I'm happy to be here with Zoe. Zoe, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah,
Thanks
Zoe.
for coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And we know each other, through Cassie, a friend
Yep.
of ours. And we always spoken about this possible interview, and I'm really happy that we have the chance now to talk about your art.
Yes, me too.
So yeah, and I want to actually dive straight into it. Can you introduce yourself a bit to the audience and where you're from?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm Zoe. I'm from Michigan in the United States, and I've been living in Barcelona for 5 years and in Spain for 7. So I'm from the countryside in the US. I studied music when I was a kid, all up until I was 18 years old, and then I went to college at Michigan State University, and
Nice.
that's where I started studying art. Started painting in 2014.
Okay. You were always into art, like since you were little?
I was more into, cultural things like art, music, languages.
Nice.
My mom was really good about imbuing a sense of appreciation for cultures in my household growing
Okay.
up. She is a lover of Mark Anthony, and she's really into BTS now. So she likes music and different cultures and where that comes from.
Okay.
So
Nice. So there's like always, you grew up always in this interest of, in this household of different cultures, different.
yes,
No?
yeah,
Not just
and
a
that
typical-
helped lead both my sister and I to be passionate about Spanish as a language, and also about living abroad in different Spanish-speaking countries. So
Okay.
she lived abroad in Ecuador. I studied abroad there when she was living there, and then I moved to Spain after I finished college. After studying Spanish, wanting to find an immersive experience to become more fluent, because
Okay.
it can be difficult to
Yeah.
do that if you're not
Of course.
in the context.
Nice. So you grew up in the countryside?
Yes.
Or okay. How is that? How is the lifestyle of growing up in the countryside?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah?
It's wonderful, especially in Michigan, because there's just so many trees everywhere. It's
Yeah.
forests, tons of rivers. We've got the
Nice.
Great Lakes there too. So
Yeah.
really a great upbringing to be able to just be really in nature.
Yeah. Right. I guess. Yeah. Awesome. That's nice. And so you moved from the U.S. to Spain, right?
Yes.
I'm curious because I also grew up in the Caribbean, and I moved to the Netherlands. So the first thing that comes up to me is the culture shock.
Right.
Because cultures can be very different, especially when you move and stuff. Do you have any experience with that when you moved to Spain?
Yeah, when
So you moved from the U.S. to Spain, right?
Yes.
I'm curious because I also grew up in the Caribbean, and I moved to the Netherlands. So the first thing that comes up to me is the culture shock.
Right.
Because cultures can be very different, especially when you move and stuff. Do you have any experience with that when you moved to Spain?
Yeah, when I first moved to Spain, I moved to Huelva, which is a city that's in the southwest corner of Spain, and it's pretty. Huelva is not as remote, but like where I taught was very remote. I taught in a town called Cartaya.
Okay.
So I moved to Spain to teach English. I was on a grant from the Spanish government to do that. And so moving there was definitely that culture shock of like having studied Spanish in school, but then actually being face to face with native speakers, especially in that part of Spain where the accent is really thick.
Yeah, exactly.
So at first the language thing was definitely challenging.
Yeah.
But then other cultural shock things like grocery stores are totally different, way of life.
Exactly. Yeah. The whole lifestyle, right? I guess also the way people see life, right? To handle life, the more kind of like take it more chill pace, stuff like that,
absolutely.
right? That must be.
And there's like a kind of festival, at least every month in Andalusia. They like to party down there.
Oh, really? It's like a proper fiesta.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like there's different cities, right? And each city they have their own festival.
Okay.
And throughout the year it kind of is just like, wow, another one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's also one thing I had to also get used to, the whole celebration thing. Here also you have always like a festa mayor of this neighborhood. Festa
Exactly.
mayor. It's
Yeah.
It's like the non-stop culture. So cool. And so when you came to came to Huelva and you came to teach, right? And you came to teach English. What about the artistic part of you? That's something.
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think in those 2 years that I was in Andalusia teaching English, I was kind of separated from my artistic practice.
Okay.
So I met my partner down there. We live here together now, but he and I decided to move to Barcelona together for his work and for my work to be in a place that's more art oriented.
Nice.
So those 2 years I was kind of more teaching English, not doing art stuff. And then when I came to Barcelona in 2020, that's when I started going to Metafora, the art school where I met Cassie.
Okay.
And that's when I reignited my painting practice.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that kind of like came back into your, okay.
Yes.
That's nice, that's nice. I basically didn't really know your work until last event here at Casararo.
Yeah.
And I was really amazed about your work, and it really speaks to me because can you explain a bit about your work and how that came into place?
Yeah, so my process is starting with photographs that I take of my friends and sometimes people that I don't know who are either at the party or on the street or in the real world scenarios that I take from. And it's always with like the lighting that's dramatic. A lot of people describe it as cinematographic lighting that's like setting the tone, the stage. And so from there's like a moment where I'm like, okay, wait, hold still, I need to capture this so I can use it later in my studio.
Nice.
So that's pretty much where all of these source images come from, except for a few. Like this one down here, we've got Cassie. Under the green street light. So we were going to an exhibition and walking down the streets here just around the corner, and the light changes and I say, oh, hold on a second, I gotta get this.
That's great.
So,
That's great. Yeah, it's really beautiful how you really because honestly, like I normally wouldn't think about that thought process, because normally when I see these type of images I think about digital. Right? A digital image. The first thing I see when I see this image, I was like, oh, that's a digital image of a certain event. But the fact to see that on a canvas, painted, it really, I don't know, it brings out a different perspective in me on your images.
Nice.
Yeah. And also, I would like to talk about this image that you, I mean, was this the first one that started the whole idea, the one with the tent?
Kind of. As far as like going from photography to painting, yes, because I was actually looking at some pictures the other day, and I've been doing this photography, street photography, party photography for a bit longer than I've been doing the paintings. But at some point, it translated into that. So with this one, from that party at my friend's place in a backyard party in Michigan, they had that set up with the table underneath and the chairs, and we were all on the porch. And we were looking out there and we're like, that looks really weird. Like, why is it just empty scene with the light glowing? And so I took the picture and then later made the painting.
Awesome. That's great. Do you also add, like for instance, if you have an image, a photo, right? Do you also, do you keep it as realistic as possible to compare to
Sometimes,
the photo?
I do a little bit of both. So like, if the image is interesting, but I think like the colors aren't quite strong enough for me to work with, then I'll do some digital manipulation with the like saturation and
that makes sense. That makes sense. So cool. I mean, your work really fits in this beautiful space. Casararo. So basically you have a residency here, right? So I'm one of the permanent residents. I'm here in my spot, and then we have Ceylan, who's right next door. And then they have residents that come in for 3 weeks to 2 months, and they work on their projects. Nice.
They'll do an open studio event we have every last Friday of the month. We do critiques as well.
That's good.
But so I've been here since they opened the space in April, May of last year. And then prior to that, I did the short-term residency with them. It was 2 weeks here and 2 weeks in Paris.
How was that?
It was excellent. It was a really, really great experience to work with Felipe and Laura and Agustina here first, and then go and work with Roxanne and Nicolas there in Paris.
Nice. And do you eventually had like an exhibition, or do you have anything planned regarding to your work, or how do we see that?
Actually, right now I'm in a moment of pause the art, because I need to come in and work on my art for a while, like just hunker down.
I mean, every artist
get some
will
new
understand
stuff out.
that. We need that. We need that moment. I get it.
So next year for sure I'll do I have some things kind of in the works, but for the rest of this year, October until December, I'm just going to be...
You're just working and understand. That's great. That's really nice to hear. Awesome. That because, like, for instance, me, I don't go out anymore and stuff like that, you know. But
you were here last weekend.
Exactly, that's basically what I wanted to say. That I came here Saturday on this kind of after party event of Swap. Festival. What's it called? It's not a festival.
Art fair.
Art fair.
Yeah.
Festival. So yeah, I came here and it was nice because I like the fact that you guys were able to organize an event where you can have all artists, collectors, anyone in the scene can gather together and see basically how the space is. So I'm super happy we managed to dive in a bit about your work and about the fact that you know, this girl from Michigan living from the countryside coming all the way here in Spain and living in Barcelona. It's like sometimes in life it's nice to see this beautiful transition, right, that we go through, and you know.
Well, thank you for giving me the platform to be able to talk about it.
Yes.
And your great interviewing skills.
Oh, thanks.
You're so good.
Thanks. Well, I'm doing my best. And I really want to thank you. And actually, I want to maybe ask you, because I think it's also important to share this with the audience, and because within the audience, there's a lot of artists also watching. What's your take on, what kind of advice would you give artists who are basically emerging, they're starting, and they kind of see, you know, they see you having a residency at a gallery, so it doesn't matter where. Like, what would be certain tips and advice you would give some artists to? It can be anything. There's no good or bad.
So the great thing that I learned this summer from my painting course at the BAU with Pera Llovera was, main thing that I took away from that was don't self-censor your work. So like, you go into the studio and you don't know if I should do this, or if I should do that, or if I should do that, or if I should be focusing my work on one thing or doing all the things. The answer is do all the things. Don't censor your own ideas. Like, get them down on paper, get them down on canvas to make it happen.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And then that way you can kind of continue working forward and kind of see what comes out to you, what's continuing, repeating, etc., and then just follow that. So like, each next artwork that you make will lead to the next one.
Something. That's a great one. That's a great one. Actually, that's basically what happened with me with this interview thing. I started some art, and then the interview kind of like, you know, something leads to something else. So
just go with the flow.
Exactly.
Follow the string.
Great. Awesome. Well, Zoe, thank you so much for your time.
Daryl.
I'm going to give you some beautiful outro kisses. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode with Zoe, and hopefully, well, like, as you mentioned, once you're done with your work, and if any exhibition will appear, I'll definitely promote it on the channel for people to see and visit.
Yay.
So thank you for watching, and
thank you.
See you at the next one. Ciao. That's it.
Yay. That was great.
Awesome.
Sei sintonizzato su Cervello Artistico.